Hello friends, thank you for tuning in. Today we are in Green Washington, San Diego. Today we're going to learn about how to install the Alloygators, which is a ring protector. I'm going to talk about a little bit about the product, and then I'm going to teach you exactly how you install it. And I'm going to show you how it's going to look installed. This is a wheel without any installation yet. We have already installed it right here. You can see how it looks. It's almost seamless. If you go close, you can see that there's a lip. And the reason we installed this is to prevent this. Usually on silver rims, it's harder to see the rim rash, but if you take a close look, most of the cars have it, and that happens mostly when you park parallel parking. Here's another good example. So you see on a silver car, it's harder to see because the color of the wheel is silver. However, when you're talking about black rims do suffer a lot more, and you can see how ugly it can get. These are the autobiography wheels, and you don't want to cause this kind of damage to them. So that's the reason we installed the Alloygators. Those turbine wheels, I believe they're called, they are about $6,000, so it's a good investment. It'll cost you between $150 and $200. So let's get started right away. We're gonna do a quick video. This is not gonna be an edited video or anything like that. The tools you're gonna need is a pump so you can deflate and inflate the tire. Obviously a gauge so you can measure the PSI. I recommend measure it before so you know what PSI it is, although that information is always on your doors. On this case, we're going to need a stopper because we're going to have to put the Tesla on tow mode, which I'll show you in a minute. A mallet, either one. I like this better. It has more power and it doesn't damage the protector, the Alloygator. We're gonna need a soapy solution. Best one to use always when talking about soapy solutions is baby soap, Johnson & Johnson. It's really good. A cutter. This is basically a pipe cutter and it works excellent for this product. And a jack, of course, and that's all. So let's get started. First step, you're gonna want to jack your vehicle. Now, to jack a Tesla, you're gonna want to do it, and most of the cars with airbags, check your manufacturer. Today we're gonna see how to do it on a Tesla, so I'm gonna explain on Teslas. So we're gonna go to vehicle. We're gonna go to suspension, and we're gonna put the right height. Car has to be on. We're gonna go to very high, which is the highest setting. The car is elevating. You can see. Once it's all the way in very high, okay, once it's already in very high, we're going to put jack mode. So when you put jack mode, you have that it looks like you're going to change a tire. Okay, then we're going to put that so the car doesn't roll. because we're also gonna need to put the vehicle in tow mode so that the wheel can turn and spin once we elevate the vehicle. So for that, we're gonna go to service, we're gonna go to towing, car must be in park, transport mode, tow mode enabled. See? So you want to make sure that this is like this before you spin any wheel of your Tesla, because it's 4 wheels, it's a dual motor, so you don't want to spin that. Okay, now we're gonna come and take a closer look. Sorry, as we don't want to edit this video, we believe it's more authentic when you see all the issues that you can come across, the time that it really takes. So as of now, we've spent about 6 minutes talking about the video, and we're gonna start. So first thing we're gonna do is we're going to open the vehicle. And I'm going to show you step by step. I see that some of the videos out there, they skip a couple of steps or they don't explain them very well. And that's the reason I decided to do this video. Okay? See, you can spin the wheel easily. Now I have let's see what comes in the package. You have your Alloygators, the instruction booklet, your glue, and then these pins that many of the videos fail in explaining how to install them, and these covers that you see right there. So I have already installed the pins. As you can see, they go here. You can see right here. That's the only drawback that I see on this product, that piece is gonna hold to the rim, so it might make a little mark on a part that you will never see on a wheel. But I mean, if you have an expensive wheel, you might want to consider that, although I rather have that than a scratch rim all on the edges. So these tabs, how do you install them? It's very simple. I'm just going to show you a couple. Depending on your rim size, you have numbers on these wheels. So if you can see, 21, you see, 22s, these are 22, so you need to know the size of your rim. So we're going to start from the 22 and you're going to work your way. You don't need to put this on just because of this reason. So the way to install it is as the Alloygator face out from the back, you want the serrated edge going in first, and then this is like a tedious part of the process, but so you put the edge and make sure they're centered. And all the way inside. See? You gotta make sure it's completely flushed. And when you see the other side, you can see the serrated edge, which is what's gonna grip to the rim. You put it on every single one as you work your way down. Again, here you see. So don't ever put like one and leave it not fully inserted. Again, flushed. Excellent. Okay, let's move on. First step we're gonna do is we're gonna take all the air out. There's two ways of removing the air. You can unscrew the pin, or you can just use your tool. The back has a special attachment. In my case, the glue came dried. I could have contacted the seller, they probably would send me a new one. I just have an extra glue on me. I'm using Loctite Super Glue, which will do the job. Now there's another step to the process, which is to measure if your wheel is legible for this installation. It's a gauge. It's just a piece of paper that you put it all the way inside in the edge. And if you're within the green area, that means that your wheel is eligible for the installation. If it's on the red area, which is a deeper lip, then this product is not for you. And some people do it, they come in different colors. So you could do like an accent, like a red accent to match your calipers, or like a yellow, or whatever is your preference. In this case, we're gonna go with black. There. Get all the air out of the tire. That's the absolute first step. You want to have the tire clean when you do this, so that dirt might not scratch it, but it's inevitable. Dirt will get in there when they clean your rims, and it'll get dirty, so it'll make a big difference. See? Doesn't have barely any air. Also, something that you need to check that they don't mention in the instructions, many wheels today use nitrogen instead of air. So before you flush all the air from your tire, you want to make sure that you have nitrogen or air in them, because the nitrogen causes the runoff to refill, and you would have to go to a special place to fill them up. So, although you could do it with air, just nitrogen is more stable apparently, and it's better for cold weather. Okay, so it's deflated. The next step, we're going to take our Johnson & Johnson product, and we're going to spray. Okay, so wanted to do this. You see, sometimes with the stupidest thing doesn't work. G, can you lend me a sprayer? I didn't come out, guys. Okay, here we go. I have a backup sprayer just in case. And I like to soak it nicely. Get it very, very, like, degenerous. You'll clean up your rim after. And I also like to spray the actual gator. Do less friction at the time of installation, make your life easier. So the first step is you're going to want to line up the edge, the beginning edge, with, this is for aesthetics primarily, you can do it anywhere you want, but it's always best when you do it right next to the valve. And the way you want to do it is you want to make sure, like the way I like to do it, is to put it right on the middle. Okay? So, now to the fun part. Once you align it exactly where you want it, you want to make sure it's aligned. Now, notice my position. I am on the back of the wheel. The best way to hit it if you're right-handed is going to be backwards to this side. You don't want to do it from this side. It's going to be a lot harder. And you want to do it somewhere up here. Make sure if it's aligned nicely. You can see from the top if it doesn't have any edges coming out. It's important. And notice how with my left thumb, I'm just lifting it a little bit to align it, to let it go inside this here. Drying up, wet it more. It'll make it easier. once we're up to the edge, let's do a little close-up. Excuse the shaking, as I said. This is an unedited video. So let's see here. This is an important step. It's important that you cut it in the right distance. So you see our tub right here. We're gonna want to leave 1/8 of an inch of distance between these two rims. Remember, it expands and contracts. And at the time that you wanna fit it in there, if it's too close to the edge, it won't fit right. And if it's too far, I mean, obviously you don't want that to happen. So you mark it exactly from the edge, from the first pin that you have. And do a nice clean cut. Okay? Let's do this last step. Now, this part also they failed to explain. You see the tab? We want to go under it, right? Under the tab. Let me show you. So here is the Alloygator, and the way it's going to fit is it's going to fit under it. You see, not on the outside, but on the inside of it. That's important, otherwise it won't align. Look, if you put it on the outside, you'll have this error. So it has to make sure on the inside. Now, before we're gonna put it into place underneath, now you wanna make sure the area is dry. That's why you have your towel. You wanna make sure that this area is very dry and clean. And we're going to apply a little bit of glue right on the edge. And when we insert it into place, it'll just excuse me. See how it looks? See, I cut it in the first edge. I have probably 1/16 of an inch. That's nice. But really you could do 1/8 of an inch. It won't make any difference between. Now spin it, see if you have any make sure it's nice and straight. Now when you inflate your tire, it might push it out a little bit. So the next step is we're gonna inflate the wheel to 15 psi. It's the recommended. So put 15 psi. Cool about these little guys is they tell you the pressure, so you know when to start. After that gonna be the Okay, we are at 15 psi. You can check. Maybe a little more. So real time, it's been 26 minutes minus the 6 minutes of the introduction, about 20 minutes. Plus putting the tabs will take you maybe 5 minutes at the most. Serrated metal parts. So you should be able to do each wheel in about 25 minutes at the most. Set yourself about 2 hours to do all of your wheels. Okay, we're gonna spin, make sure we're all good. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Now we can inflate our tire to the specified PSI. In this case, it's about 40 PSI. And once it's ready to go, we're going to apply the glue. We're going to make sure that this aligns with the hole. We want to make sure this is clean. When you are pasting something, it's always good to use alcohol to clean it well. That will improve always the bonding, so there's no grease or anything like that that could hinder it, because you want it to paste very nice. It's very dry. Okay, we're gonna apply some glue. And you want to hold it. Make sure you hold it at least a minute tight against it. If you just put it, it'll paste a little unflush. So make sure you flushes all the way. If there's a little extra, with your towel, just dab it. Otherwise it'll be a little shiny on that edge. Look at your wheel. Now all we have left is to clean the ring, inflate it to specifications, and it's ready to go. If you don't feel like doing it yourself, please bring it to us at Gringo Wash in San Diego, California, and we'll be happy to install it for you for a competitive price. It depends on the size and car, etc. Hope you like it, and thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions, feel free to write us. I'll be happy to answer any questions. Goodbye.